I forgot about
sorry.
the song.
I know, you gotta play the song still.
Comedy venture, driving around the country. Him and a couple of buddies just telling jokes. Oh, sometimes funny things happen, and that's why I do this show. Amy asked me lots of questions, but mostly if I got laid. Biggie's comedy venture. It's Biggie's comedy venture. Biggie's comedy venture. Biggie's comedy venture.
Hey, here we are.
I feel like we need an updated song.
I know. I I can't. We'll see. Maybe I'll come up with something. The problem is I'd have to just write it myself. I can't make the music. You know what I mean? So, so anyway, here we're back here. I'm back home, week 1 from being off the road and injured. I'm trying to do 2 things at once by sharing this onto my page and talk. When I first came up with the idea of having the song, I thought, oh, that will be good because that gives me the time to share the thing. Yeah. But I haven't taken the song off my phone yet, so
why don't you send it to me and I can play it?
Okay, there we go. Solving problems. See?
There you go, partners. That's what we do.
That's what I pay you the big bucks for.
Exactly.
So right before we got started, I was about to stupidly tell Amy how I was feeling.
Yeah, which happens often, by the way. A lot of times he will get into what, and then he'll just go, "Oh, you know what? Let's just go live. Let me just say." After he's already been doing it for 10 minutes.
I know, and I will say the reasoning for this one was I was trying to pull up the song, and I realized that the injury was my right arm is getting better, but it's not enough that I felt comfortable holding it and holding it up to the mic. Yeah. And so I was about to tell you, like, wow, this is what's going on with my arm, and this is why. But there was a reason behind it. Like, it was like, okay, but you didn't need to know it. Like, it wasn't needed to be said.
No, just like that story wasn't needed. So how are you feeling, Jesus?
I'm such a positive person in so many things in my life. But with health, I tend to be very skeptical. I don't think I'm what's called a, what would be called a, a hypochondriac.
Okay.
Like, I don't think I don't go to the doctor, just keep making up disease. Oh my God, I'm sick. But the problem is I just never feel good until a doctor fully tells me once something is wrong. I just am not going to be someone who's going to be like, I'm good. And so my reasoning for saying that is from when I hurt myself 2 weeks ago yesterday, like the day after that, I couldn't even to get out of bed. I'd have to roll on my, I just couldn't, I'd have to have help basically. I'd have help getting pants on and off. I couldn't do anything because even my right arm below my elbow, like you can, if you were watching Facebook right now, you can see me moving that's my right arm up and down below the elbow. So that there's a lot of things that are better, but I still can't, I still can't move my left, if I want to go more to shoulder. Okay. I don't feel like I can move it very much. And I don't know what the normal healing process would be for this, at this point. Mm-hmm. And so when I went to the doctor last Tuesday, I had this big deal it was kind of good news. He looked at my x-rays from when I was out in Utah and was like, this is a bad break. It's a really rough break. I mean, but he's like, this is bad, but as long as it's not in this certain part of your elbow, you shouldn't need surgery. It will just be rough for a while. And we need to do a CT scan that will help me see it better. And I was hoping on that one, I was going around telling people, yeah, it looks like I don't need surgery. He really feels comfortable about that. And then when he got the results, he didn't say he needed surgery, but it was like, you don't need surgery yet. But we need to have you come in a week later and get x-rays. And that got me going oh shit. That's not good. Why didn't he rule it out right away? Why was he so? And so, to me, my point is
trying to make money.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I seriously, he's probably like,
No.
this guy doesn't need surgery, but I just let me get him right back in for another round of X-rays.
You know what? I would say this honestly. In most cases, I would hate that. In this case, I don't mind going back in another week and really confirming how I'm doing.
I think it's fine, but I don't think that it means that. I don't think you can take it one way or the other. Honestly, he's probably just trying to get another set of like scans out of the insurance.
Well, you know, Amy, you also thought I should wait till give it a week last time. On my, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I mean, I am not. You're absolutely right.
That's an unfair ribbing.
I would say the fact that you're healing, though, even the fact that you can move in some capacity, I think. I mean, it's not like you're in. No, I'm
not in pain as much anymore.
Better.
I haven't even taken my half a pill today, for example. There was a part in the day where it hurt a little bit more, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna tough it out until the evening. My worry is that yes, it's healing. It definitely is healing. My body is healing, but when it comes to this bone, and from what I've heard, it is very good. Much like though, is that healing right or not? And if it means surgery. So my point is, I don't know, and I don't want to Google shit. I do not want to Google how soon after a broken scapula should I be able to move my arm? How long does it take if it doesn't need surgery? I don't want to know any of that because if I'm looking at it, then you go on bad rabbit holes to me. So
when do you go to the doctor again?
Tomorrow. I go tomorrow and I get some more X-rays. But like you said, like it definitely, my body is healing, no question about it. I'm just really hoping it's enough that it's not surgery.
Yeah, I think you should be okay. It'll be interesting. Like I bet like he'll have you start doing like physical therapy and stuff. Right,
which I'm down with. I'm down with
motion back and stuff.
Yeah. And so
you're not wearing your sling. Is that doctor's orders?
I should wear it if I walk around. But honestly, to me, I'm at the point where if I'm like this, now you're just I get more sore if I have the sling on for a period of time. Whereas if I can just let it sit on, if I have an armrest, I can let it sit on. And so there's definite improvement in my mind, though. It's just like, I'm just really freaked out about the surgery. And I freaked out, and I know what you're saying, but he made it sound like I didn't have to, when I walked out of that thing, though, the last time, he said 95%, I don't think he needs surgery. And also the things were ice it for a few more days, put it in a sling for another week, see me in 3 weeks. So the fact that he wanted me to come back the next week and get X-rays, it means it's right on this line to me.
Yeah.
And that scares me. So.
Or it's not, and he just wants money.
I hope that's the case, man.
Let's hope.
I hope that he's just a greedy doctor and wants X-rays. So there's that. I think as far as go ahead.
Because I randomly follow Tyrese on Instagram.
Who's Tyrese? Okay.
And I sent you a video that he posted on Instagram of his girlfriend.
I swear to God, 10 people have sent me that video.
Yeah, and it was funny. That's what I was gonna say. It's almost an identical video.
I feel like she hits her head more.
Yes, she does. She for sure hits her head. But I was like, knowing the severity of your injury, I feel like she's legitimately injured.
I will tell you, I'm glad you brought it up in that way. When people sent that to me, watching it now versus what I would have watched before this injury, it wasn't like I didn't think it was funny or didn't laugh. Like, it's still, watching people fall is kind of funny. But knowing how little I fell and how much it's caused me, I watched it with a different light, and I watched it with holy shit.
That was my first reaction was, holy shit, she has got to have a concussion today. She has to.
And I will say on my end, I know we said it last week, but you're right. Like, not to have like false, like, it could be better. But it's like, it really could have been so much worse. I really was close to hitting my head.
Yeah.
And if it was that hard of a hit.
I mean, that's what most people said when they watched it. It was like, oh my God, good thing you didn't hit your head. Or I thought you hit your head. And, it could have been so much worse. Like, she legit hits her head. I
know. And so you're right. When I watched it, that was seriously, I watched it with a different view than I would have before. And it was absolutely more like, holy shit. If I'm going through this.
Really crazy because
I think hers looked even harder, to be honest with you. What's up?
It was just like it looks like the same place almost. I mean, it was just so funny because it's like it's at night. She's
trying
to kid around, sliding down, and she fucking bites it.
I know, and it's so, you know what's so annoying is like, because it's like it didn't even get that many views, and I want, and I've done so much stuff in my younger days doing those Jackass videos where it's like I tell people like I wasn't even trying to do Jackass, I just wanted it, and I showed you the slower video of me going down, and so Amy saw that I did complete the slide before that, but it was so slow. But like I could have sold that as like, hey, old man Jackass or whatever. Like I could have just made the joke that like I'm too old to be fucking around with this shit, but this is my version of it.
Yeah.
But I wanted it like, but I've told people, like I even told my parents, like it wasn't like I was like, I need this to look really good. Like I wasn't trying to do a Jackass stunt. I was trying to do between doing nothing, you know what I mean, and doing that. So it is what it is. So
you live and you learn.
Right. So we're 2 weeks out of that. So we're all kind of go with this is I've said this last week, but I think I have more of an idea this time. We're going to keep doing these, like I said last week, to people. They're not going to be super long most of the time. I mean, we're already at 11 minutes now because it shows you I can just talk if I want to. But for whatever people care, people that listen to the Two Hippies, One Drunk, it looks like we're going to do 2 episodes on Sunday, our regular one that we do, and our on the road episode that we're going to start doing. And going forward, it looks like we're going to do those on Wednesdays and Sundays. This one, I'm not fully sure what days I'm going to do because I'm going to start doing comedy again. If I don't need surgery, I am going to start doing comedy again. So we're going to try to work it out where around both our schedules. So I think this one might get a little between Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Plus with me doing the TDC now with Mike once in a while.
Yeah.
So that's that. I should say, for whatever it's worth, I know this one, you know, I already have basically all of the fall. I have it like 85% days mapped out. So it's like, I definitely have not just been sitting. I hate it, Amy. I hate being inactive. Yeah, I hate it.
I know.
It sucks. And then, you know what? There's even some good TV right now on that I want to watch. Like I'm watching Breaking Bad. I'm watching, you know, some shows, but like I'm like a cat right now. I have 3 places I can sit in the house. There's a seat in the living room, the couch in the basement, and a seat in the outdoor patio. And those are the only places I sit because I can't do anything else, I feel like.
Is your mom waiting on you?
She is. My mom, here's the thing about my mom. She's doing more than I want, which is actually annoying. And I'm not a prideful guy in the sense that it's annoying. I think I'm in a middle ground. I am not somebody who wants to be hand-waited on, but I am not too proud to ask for help. Like if I really legit think I can't pull out a dish, I will say, can you please pour this, you know, dish of spaghetti for whatever.
Yeah.
But she is like, my mom, no offense, she's someone who like, she's just not very proactive when it comes to healing. For her, it's I don't know how to explain. You know what? I'm going to go down a route that's going to sound kind of mean. I'm not going to say that. We have different aspects in how we would handle this. And like I said, I'm willing to ask for help. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm also willing to realize that you want to do stuff for yourself. You don't want to just sit around.
Yeah.
So it's a battle.
Part of healing too, is, you know, when you do things for yourself, getting range of motion back and all that stuff.
No, for sure. And even like, it is a weird, tricky deal though. I would say like when you get older, you realize things more. Like when you're hurt, like I go on a few walks a day, very short compared to what I used to. Just like they're literally around a little. I mean, we don't live in a block in a sense where it's basically a block. But you're familiar with it. But I'm just saying, like, I don't live in a traditional necessarily like in the New York City where you're like, oh, around the block. But there is kind of a block in my neighborhood. All I walk is that. I do it once, maybe 3 times a day. It's only about a 15-minute walk. And I would say as a younger guy, I would have been more like walked further or been like, don't even consider that. But consider the problem. But as an older person, I do realize like, you know what? You can fall though, man. And I know you can't. You can though. It's like I know,
but I guess that wasn't where I thought you were going to go.
What did you think I was going to say?
I don't know. But I guess I didn't think that your fear was going to be falling.
No, I don't have a fear of it at all. It doesn't stop me. But I'm just saying I more acknowledge at an older age that, like, just saying, like
you're not that old. If you fall, you should be able to get up.
No, if I drilled this right shoulder now.
No, I know. Yeah, I know.
It's just my No, it's not my age even. I'm just saying, I'm not saying I'm old. I'm saying that, but when you're older, I have more of a realistic vision.
Yeah.
That it's not like, okay, somebody have a busted shoulder, go running or something. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I'm more aware that, like, I can't have another thing happen.
Right.
So I that's all. That's all. I'm just saying that. Like, I walk down the stairs, I'm just way more careful.
Right.
I think if it was 10 years ago, I would kind of be like, whatever, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that more.
He's growing up.
That's all. Okay. Well, that's probably good enough for this week, I guess.
Okie dokie.
And I am going to have, like I said, a little more of a structure when we get to next week, but this week I was still really dealing with it. It's been the last 2 days that I've started to feel much like where I really felt like I could walk around. Nice. And not be like I get out of a seat and not be like I'd still put all my weight on my left, but not just like I can cough now. A week ago, honestly, if I had to cough, if I had to sneeze,
yeah,
I would start going.
That is when you hurt yourself and you do those everyday things. It's when you realize how hurt you are. You're like, oh my God, just to sneeze is the worst.
I would, if I had to sneeze, I would literally start to like, and it's like you can't even do anything but like brace myself.
Brace yourself, right?
And because and the funny thing is, again, when you say that, like, you just as you get older, you realize how much your body is all connected.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Yeah,
a bone in my shoulder,
right?
And I would sneeze and it would hurt.
Yeah.
By the way, I felt really bad I'm going to leave on this one, I swear, but I felt really bad about this because you told a story last week about being on a vacation and I literally didn't even ask you anything like, how did you break it or how did, like, you were like in Cancun or something or no.
Oh, when I broke my arm?
Yeah. How did you break it?
I was in the Hamptons.
That's right. The Hamptons. Yeah. The Hamptons.
For my sister's birthday. Her ex-husband flew us out there, like rented a big house for her 40th.
Would it be a shock to me what sister this was or no?
It wasn't Kelly.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I would have thought Kelly for sure.
Jenny.
The Hamptons.
Yeah, no, it was Jenny. And actually this year is her 50th. So this was 10 years ago. And so flies us out there first night. We were getting ready to go out and I had these like tall platform shoes on and there was this ledge, like just this like little tiny ledge when you go out of the bathroom, like from the tile to the regular floor.
Right.
And I just stepped on it with my wedge shoes, rolled my ankle, and the way I caught myself, I just broke my elbow.
Don't cut yourself with your arms, they always say. Like, who the fuck is, unless you're skateboarding with shoulder pads, how else are you going to catch yourself? A real person is just going to put their elbow up like this and take the fall?
Well, and
even you could still get hurt that way, by the way.
Yeah. Well, and I've popped this elbow, the left elbow, out of the socket 8 times. That was my 9. Yeah. Yeah. So
I hear those are fucking brutal.
It's really painful. I haven't had it since I was a kid. So having this happen again as an adult, I was like, fuck this. So I spent my first night in the hospital. And so then the rest of the trip I was grumpy because I was on fucking pain meds and I didn't even get to enjoy it. It sucked.
No, okay. I just, you know what, honest to God, I know it's funny it's been a week later, but I swear to God, afterwards I thought like, dude, she told this story about breaking her arm and I just typical like me moved on to whatever was in my ADD brain next.
Well, I think it says a lot about you that you came back to it.
I did come back to it. It took a week, but I came back to it. Okay. One more thing too, by the way, your friend, your Twitter friend still sent some money again this week, $10, nice. Saying to, heal up. So she's still listening. So that's good. Nice. Like I said, I'm not going to ask for money for a little bit, but I'm glad she sent it. All right. Nice. That will do it for this week's Big E Comedy Venture. And yep. Bye.